getting ready to get the Achilles Desert Hawk UHP tires mounted. So we're going to test some really dirt cheap tires on the all-wheel drive Charger this year. I blow through tires pretty quickly. You know, I go through a set of tires probably once every 2 seasons or so, and it's $1,000 for the tires I usually get. I usually get the BFG Pro Comp 2s, but right here we got these Achilles, $72 per tire. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That's cheap, but I don't know. Let's see what $300 in tires do on the Procharged all-wheel drive Charger. So we'll get the winter Blizzaks off and we'll get these on for the summer. So we're gonna go to Discount Tire and get these cheap tires mounted on my summer wheels. I've already heard some feedback from some people about these all-season tires. They've said that they're terrible in the winter. Well, luckily I'm not using these in the winter. I'm using them more for a summer setup and going to the track. And now I know people go to the track and they're like, oh, you need drag radials or something like that. And these are all seasons that already are cheap, but I'm leaning towards the fact that I have all-wheel drive, and that's going to help me in the traction department when I'm racing this year. So this is just kind of the initial video, but I'm going to do some follow-up video later on. We're going to be hitting Vandermeer here in a couple of weeks, and we'll test it out there and see what we can do. But let's go get these things installed.
Nice! Go, honey, go, go, go! Totally jumped her off the line, go! Oh my gosh! She's gonna catch you!
Well, they passed the rain test. So after being able to drive this this car with the Achilles Desert Hawk tires in about 2 to 3 inches of snow, patches of ice, and slush, the all-season tires handled as well as you would expect an all-season tire to handle. It had enough grip and confidence for you to drive down the road, and you know, it's very acceptable. But always you need to remember, all season isn't really all season. They're basically considered 3-season tires. I do run Blizzaks in the winter. Can you get around Colorado in the snow without snow tires? Yes, absolutely. But if you have the means and the ability to have a little bit more confidence and sure grip with a snow tire, you might as well just go with it. But if you want to have these tires just as an all-season year-round, they're going to be acceptable for you. So I was doing the final video editing for these tires here tonight, and came across one of the other things with these tires. I kind of noticed it initially on the old set of wheels that I had these tires on, and it's the wheel balancing weights. And I thought maybe it was just the old wheels were out of balance, but when we put it on these brand new wheels, I'm having the same thing going on. So if you look at how much weight they have in there just to balance the tire, I don't know, these are OEM replicas and stuff like that for the wheels. You know, maybe they're cheaply made or whatever, I don't know. But if you look at how much weight they have in there just to balance the wheel, and it was like that with these tires with the OEM wheels that I had on here as well. So I'm thinking maybe the balance of the tires themselves are off, and so there's more weight on the tire on this side than it is on that side. So that's why they have that much weight there. Not really a big issue. I've used these tires for drag racing, and I've gone 120 miles an hour on them, and I'm not feeling any weird vibrations or anything. So they're holding up pretty well. They're rated for, I think, 149 plus miles per hour. So car is all-wheel drive, so I don't have to worry about traction all that much. But, you know, locking it into rear-wheel drive using the Taser, the tires have held up pretty well. The wear is doing fairly well as well. I've gotten about 3,000 miles on the tire through all my testing, and you can still see, you know, all the little manufacturing little hairs or whatever you want to call them on there. They're all wearing evenly. Overall, for $72 a tire for 245 45 R20 tires, if you're looking for a budget tire, these Achilles Desert Hawk UHPs are definitely worth buying. So I would recommend these. Bought these off Amazon. I got them within a week. So there you go. For these Desert Hawk tires, it's definitely worth buying if you're looking for just something cheap and on a budget, or if you're just looking for some tires to burn and do some burnouts. These are a good option for you. Overall, I've used these tires for dry, wet, snow, and the track. You know, for $72, I wasn't expecting much, but in the end, a set of tires just costing just over $300, put on the car and using them for what I'm using them for, I'm amazed. I mean, you know, for what I have, for the car that I have right now, and those of you that don't follow my channel regularly, it is a supercharged all-wheel drive Charger RT. I run about 600 all-wheel drive horsepower when I'm running on the track. My daily driving is right around 530 all-wheel drive horsepower. So this car does have a lot of power that's putting to the ground. Again, mind you, it is all-wheel drive. And these cheap tires, they are doing everything I've asked them to do. They handle just fine in the way of going around corners, twisties, taking them up in the mountains or anything like that. I did buy these tires myself, so this is my unbiased review for these tires. I'm not paid by Achilles or anything like that. But you know, definitely worth looking into these. You know, I was going to do the Aturos, but the Aturos didn't come with the 245 45 R20 size. They come with the 275 40 R20. Not sure if that would fit clearances for my car, so that's why I went this direction. Anyways, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. So finally getting around to installing that Billet Tech oil catch can. I just want to talk about how loosely these things fit in there. Look at that. So I'm definitely going to go get a hose clamp and put it on that right there. This one's a little bit tighter, but it's still pretty loose too. But whatever. I'm going to cover a more quality billet catch can when I get the RPM can, but I just kind of want to talk about that real quick. Alright, the fittings are pushed all the way in. Ready? Yeah.